Hey, I'm Flipper. Welcome to my garage. As I'm sure you probably guessed, today's episode is not going to feature the late model. As I'm sure you heard, I had something a little more urgent arise. Well, such is life. So let's introduce you to today's project. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 2000 and something Suzuki SX4. This car features a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, made it up to a 6-speed manual gearbox. Brand new from the factory, it produced a whopping 150 horsepower and dealt with 0 to 60 in a staggering 9 seconds. Nope, not impressive at all. This car was originally a Florida car. Flew down there, bought it, drove it all the way back, and it's in remarkably good shape-ish. At one point in time, we planned on turning this into a race car. We switched out the wheels and tires, stripped out the interior. And then I lost my mind, decided to get a late model. So this is back to being my daily driver like this. And it has been surprisingly reliable, right up until it wasn't. So what's happening is reverse is no longer an option. It kind of feels like it's just not fully engaging. I'm hoping that I can get lucky and it's just going to be the linkage is bound up or something's goofy there and I can fix it. And that it's not that the transmission has decided to cannibalize itself and reverse has permanently left the chat. Unfortunately, as you saw in the first video, I don't have a lot of room in my shop. So that means we're going to have to take it to a top secret facility located just north of Holland off of Charleston Avenue and work on it there. So let's get to it. I'm going to have to drive around the house. Alright, so here we are, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be a simple fix. The reason for that being, Suzuki made the SX4 from, I want to say it was like 2008 until the 2013 model year. And the reason they stopped making the SX4 in 2013, or the 2013 model year, is because Suzuki stopped making cars in the US in 2012 altogether. And what that means is parts for this car are starting to get as hard to find as Taylor Swift tickets. So I'm really hoping it's nothing major and it's going to turn out to be something simple that we can actually fix. So let's get to it. All right. Let go. There we go. Grab this up. All right, so the transmission's on this side of the engine, which means the linkage is going to be buried down in here somewhere underneath just a pile of stuff. So what I'm going to do is try to get as much of that out of the way as I can, and then have you guys come in and take a look and watch while I shift the gears, and let me know what linkage is for reverse, and that way I can check it and see if it's something that's out of adjustment and it's just not fully engaging. Then we can kind of go from there. So I'm going to grab some tools and we'll dive right in. Of course, missing a 10 millimeter. We actually gave this car the nickname Shoezuki. Named it after the big year-end race you heard me talking about in my first video with the late model Super Shoe at Kalamazoo Speedway. We plan on racing this in Super Shoe before I got that car. Obviously plans changed and that took priority. Who knows if this doesn't turn out too well, we may still race it. You know, maybe we'll put together a budget build and see just how cheaply we can do this. You know, give me your thoughts. Comment down there. While you're at it, make sure to like and subscribe and share and tell your friends. I do appreciate you folks tuning in. And some of you eagle-eared viewers might have noticed I said that Suzuki made the SX4 until the 2013 model year. And then I later went on to say that Suzuki stopped making cars in the US in 2012. And you're probably wondering, well, how can that be? Well, it's simple-ish. See, automakers in the US like to pretend they live in the future. So they advertise and label their cars a year ahead of time. So 2012 is advertised and labeled as a 2013. So that way, they can sell you the car of tomorrow. And you can buy tomorrow's car today for tomorrow's price. Unfortunately, once you've bought tomorrow's car today, tomorrow's car then becomes yesterday's value. Yes. So moving on. Coffee. That's hot. So, fun tidbit of information. The Suzuki SX4 is actually based off of the old Suzuki Swift. Now, here in the United States, that's most commonly known as the Geo Metro, which explains a lot. I actually used to have a couple of different Geo Metros. I had one of them, it was all painted up yellow and orange. We nicknamed it the Candy Corn. And I had another one that I tried to plant in a soybean field. That didn't work out so well. All right. So I can see the shift linkages now. And what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to have you folks come in here and take a look at this, watch for me, and tell me which ones move when I shift into reverse. And then that way I can check it and make sure that it's fully engaging. And again, we're going to have to kind of go from there. Okay, so our shift linkages are right here and right here. These are the two cables that come in and will actually shift the transmission. Kind of see that one a little bit on the back side. What I find interesting is that is not factory. So someone's already been in here and monkeyed with it before. So what I'm going to do now is I got to jump in the car and we're going to cycle through the different gears and see if we can't figure out what combination of this one innie outie and that one innie outie gives me reverse. Okay. Alright, so first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear, and now reverse. Okay, so what do you folks find? Alright, so what you're telling me is this linkage went all the way this way, and that linkage went all the way that way. Okay, so I'll check the back one here, and that's pretty tight. That's all the way forward. There's no wiggle room there. This one, I already cracked this bolt loose, so we're going to take that off, and what I'm hoping... Oh, and it's permanently gone. It just disappeared somewhere down there. I was hoping that that bushing would be completely wore out. And as you can see, it's not. It's still the stock bushing, and it's actually in really good shape. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to see that just whopped out, and that would be the cause of my problem. Put that right back on there. We're gonna end up having to scrounge and try to find that bolt here in a minute, but well, hey, good news. I did find the bolt, got that put back in there, and I even double checked here, and I just wanted to make sure that's fully engaging, which it is. So the linkage it's doing the linkage thing like it's supposed to. Unfortunately, what that means for me is, I'll just put this right in here, like so. Or like this. There we go. Yeah. Stick a fork in her. So positive cable first. Because if you don't do that, and you accidentally touch something metal once you have the ground cable on, all sorts of magic happens. And come on, that's that. I'll be honest with you folks, I was really hoping for a little bit longer video and honestly a little bit better outcome. Unfortunately, it's looking like it is going to be the transmission's junk on this thing, so well, you know what that means. Pull through parking. I do appreciate you folks stopping by. You know, and if you see something or know something about these transmissions, maybe I missed it. I'm honestly just kind of trying to figure it out as I go along here. Shoot me a message. Put a comment down there. You know, next video we'll be back at it with the late model. We're going to be stripping it down and getting all the suspension components off of it, start getting things ready to put it on the green chassis, the one we call Kermit. So make sure to tune in, subscribe so you don't miss that one. Appreciate you folks coming out here, and we're going to be heading out. Out's that way. This doesn't do that way. Perfect. Oh. Cool.